Hello and welcome to Off the Record podcast. My name is Rejoice Nathan and I am your host. This is episode 8 and once again I'm happy to do this. I'm happy that you're listening to. No one told me how difficult, strenuous, how much it takes to produce videos. Right now I'm giving it up for every creator out there, from shooting to editing, and all of that, pre-production, production, post-production activities. There's a lot, guys. There's a lot going on. And we've been working on our video podcast. I've been giving us hints from, I think 2 episodes or 3 episodes back about our desire to appear on your screens. I want to be able to connect with you guys in a deeper level. I want to be looking at your eyes so that you also be looking at my eyes. I want you to see the voice behind Off the Record podcast, and I want the liberty and flexibility to be able to bring in new speakers, guests, have the roundtable conversation even, because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to, have conversations around. There's a lot that I always often just leave inconclusive, and I really love to hear people's perspective and things. So while we are working on that, we are still going to be doing our audio recording from now until we are ready. But we're trying to wrap up soon, so that we'll just call that one a new season, So, how are you? How have you been? How is the year going? 2026 is already going, We're already in February, and before you know it, we are in June, and then Ember months, and then that's all. It looks like it's going slow down, but before you know it, we're already in Ember months, and start wrapping up again. I don't know, just checking in on you. Hope you're good. Hope things are going the way you planned it for this year, and even if they're not going, you can always recalculate. You can always redirect. You can always start again and start again and start again. There's no what's the word now? There's nothing wrong with starting again. There's nothing wrong with starting again. We will at some point always have to restart, right? And so today I actually wanted to dive into a part of me, curious part of me, that I always want to know more than just surface level information. Oh my god, I don't know, I think this is personal to me, but at the same time I don't know if it relates with any other person or any other people. The fact that we just want to know beyond. I'm fine when I ask you how you are. I want to know beyond how you feel. You're good. When you ask some people, how do you feel? They feel good. How was it? It was good. It was beautiful. It was nice. Answers like it's okay. It's just there. Okay, before I even say that, I want to also acknowledge the fact that, most of the time, or some of the time, when we give those fast and easy and simple answers, it could be true. It could just be the true situation of things, right? It could be that we're really just fine. We're really just there. And sometimes it could also be that we are not ready to contain the emotions that comes with giving the details at that time, and it's okay not to even want to go into details. I'm not even trying to say that you must always go into details, because sometimes it could also be that you don't have the energy to explain, you just want to be, and sometimes it could be that you're just there, you're just fine, nothing of great, nothing so spectacular, right? Sometimes it could also be because you're not ready to like I said before, contain the emotions or walk through whatever that comes behind that. Right, but for me, I most often think that saying I'm fine is just a way to, it's like a fastest way to end the conversation, like move on to the next thing. Because sometimes we fail to give ourselves credit, we fail to dwell in the moment. We kind of want to skip to the next thing. Okay, what's next? That kind of a thing. Meanwhile, sometimes those moments that we try to skip, if elongated, like if given a time to live and breathe, could change things. For instance, someone asks you, how are you doing? I know I'm dwelling so much on how are you doing because it's where the easy answers comes most often, right? Easy answers comes in a lot of things. I'm going to mention them later, but for now I just want to kind of dwell around how are you. What was I saying? I've lost my trail of thought. Anyways, I was going to give reasons why I don't like easy answers. And one, life is rarely that simple, even if we wish it really was. Life, oh my god. Life is rarely just a passing through or like going through like that easy the way we make it sound. There are details, there are informations, there are activities, there are one or two things happening. Most of the time we even plan and then things don't even work according to plans. Most of the time we have expectations. Most of the times we have fears. Fear is a big thing that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people have fear for different things, and sometimes our mind is even tricky that it doesn't admit that it is scared. Right? So life has more details than we give it. Life has more depth than we leave it. So we dwell in the shallow, we dwell on the surface because, oh my god, we don't want to touch the depth. Another reason I don't like easy answers is because I mentioned before, it ends conversations, right? Because by the time I compliment your hair and you say thank you, that ends. If I compliment your hair and tell me how much you had longed for that style before you made it, or how much it cost you, or how much pain it took you while you were making it, like how much pain you felt while you were making it, or how much money, if I already said that, or let's say how you like it, how you like that it's coily, or there's a lot of things to say, for instance. And then you say, oh, I love the fact that it's coily, I love the color especially, I picked this color because I've been admiring it, I saw it in someone, and all of that. It would open up another round of conversation. Oh yeah, you saw it on someone, oh really? Who is the person? I think I've also seen it around somewhere, somehow. Like, I also love the fact, all those kind of things. Maybe it's just for people like me that likes to engage people. I'm not saying it has to be all the time, but sometimes live in the moment for a little while. Sometimes give yourself credit. Sometimes allow yourself to breathe. Right? Don't try to end things so quickly. Don't try to cut things up so quickly. Another reason would be that people hide under the scheme of easy answers. It's easy for people to hide. So easy answers are like green snake in a green grass. It's a place to hide. It's a place to, not talk, not express emotions. It's a place to. There's no better word than hide. You're just hiding. Life is short. Life is too short for us not to live. I think that's just the core of all of this conversation. Life is too short for us not to live, not to express, not to dwell in the moment. Why do you think some kind of music hits like a chord in our brains? Music hits chords. Poems write-ups, because this is people taking one word or one activity and dissecting it, stretching it, expressing it, using different things, using different scenarios, using different words, using different, just like that. You expand it until it begins to sink in. That's why some music, some kind of song really connects with us, like it resonates with us because it's saying the things that we cannot say. And I also understand the part of we not being able to find the words sometimes. Sometimes I'm also not able to find the right words to use, right? I also understand that part, but I think that if we begin to practice trying to go deeper, the words will keep coming, right? How many things have I mentioned now? I don't know. But do I have another reason why I don't like these answers? There's also this case of one size fits all that forgets contests. I love contests. The one size fits all kind of answers, I don't think there's usually there's something unique about everything. There's something special about every situation, every feeling, every experience. There's something special about it. We just don't pay attention enough to feel or to pick out the things that are special about each experience. There's something special about each experience. I think if we are able to listen to our environment and understand that there are things that we are missing out, like we are not paying attention to, and begin to pay attention to them, then that way we can have more things to say. I started something I call a gratitude roll call sometime late last year, and I'm actually in like my day 52 or 53 thereabout. I've been doing it every blessed day. I told myself that I was going to find something that I'm grateful for each day. Each particular day I must find something that I'm grateful for, and I try as much as possible not to say one thing twice. So I find something, no matter how little, no matter how great it is. Little things like rain, little things like sun, little things like going out and coming back without hitting my leg against a stone, little things like wind, little things like nature, little things like maybe the fact that I did not forget to carry umbrella and it rained. Little things like, what else do I say now? Maybe like you finding money in your pockets when you least expected it. I know that feeling is great, and a lot of us must have had that feeling, once or twice, or like maybe numerous times. But that feeling is great. But these little things matter. When we talk about surface level, sometimes we talk about, oh God, thank you for life, thank you for strength, thank you for good health, thank you for provision, protection, thank you for our parents, and all of that. But there are some little things that we tend to leave out. For instance, the trees, because it is the trees that sometimes ventilate the environment that we stay in. Is that correct? What I'm trying to say is that the fact that there are trees around us help circulate air, oxygen, right, and all of that. The fact that there is peace in the country that we live in, there is no war, right? I know that things economically might not be as great as expected, but I've literally decided to overlook the things that are not working and focus on the things that are working. The reason I'm mentioning this is, so far in the past 50 something days, I've been able to, because each day I sit down to think about my entire day and look for something that happened that I'm grateful for. Each day I sit down to examine my environment. It gives me this consciousness of what is happening now that I am grateful for, what is happening now that I'm noticing, right? It just allows me to live in every moment. Even pain sometimes are things that we could be grateful for, because sometimes closed doors gives the possibility of many more open doors. We're just not paying attention. If we pay attention to the places that we have been, or the things that have closed, and the fact that if this has not closed, this wouldn't have come. If this was not like impossible, this possibility wouldn't have been, right? The fact that places that we go to connect us to people that somehow, somewhere helps us tomorrow, or connects us to something and connects us to life is beautiful, so beautiful, too beautiful to be ignored, too beautiful to live in the shallow, too beautiful to live in the surface, too beautiful not to notice, too beautiful to just say things like fine, good, great, beautiful, and not giving details. Let's sit down and examine the sky, the clouds, the stars, the moon. Let's sit down and think of how the earth is revolving around the sun and rotating on its axis, and we still stand, we are not falling. I think that's something to be grateful for. Maybe I should write it in my gratitude journal today. Oh my god. So I already mentioned things that the reasons why I don't trust easy answers. Another thing I would like to touch before we have it for today would be areas where we give easy answers, and how we can better dive deeper, or live in the moment, or seize the moment, and appreciate our environment more, right? This is going to feel like a roll call, but I'll go over it quickly. I wrote down certain areas where I think we tend to give easy answers, and I've been hammering mostly on just one, which is the one that pisses me off the most, but it's okay. How are you? We have answers like fine, good, alright, good, okay. It's not really because it's just that good. It's just like a reflex response most of the time. Secondly, our emotions. I'm over it. It doesn't bother me. I'm healed. I've moved on. Right? If you give me answers like that, and I accept at that point I'm not led to, like, my mind just tells me not to ask for that. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you, are you really over it? What more? What more is underneath this answer that you just gave me? Yeah, because that answer, it has weight. It's not easy to just do these things that we mentioned that we do. Number 3, relationships. Right? When in the last book about advices that people give, which relationships is one of them? Just leave, just cut them off. People don't change and all of that. Yes, I know. Before you even criticize me, sometimes critical. Is it critical? Yes, critical moments needs critical measures, right? Or how do they say it? Yes. But why giving advices? I think if we are human enough, we should understand that most times there are a lot of cases, there are a lot of feelings beneath this. Let's not ignore. I'm not saying that we cannot say all of this. We cannot say just leave. We cannot say just cut them off. We can give context. We can give better, deeper, what's the word now? We can give better, deeper explanations or context to what we are talking about that somehow includes people's feeling of attachment, so that people do not feel ignored. Let's somehow include people's feeling of fear, the love, the history, the attachment, and all of that. Relationship cases are the issues are rarely solved with sentences, so that you don't try to just sound smart and then at the end of the day, okay, I don't even like giving relationship advice anyway, but a lot of people do that and it doesn't always make sense because you say what you want to say and people will still do what they want to do. The fourth one is healing. Healing is relative. People interpret things differently. People process things differently. People accept things differently. I think I want to attach healing with grief. Let's say healing and grief has similar things. People don't rush out of certain kind of feelings like this, healing and grief, right? I try to avoid words like be strong. I try to also avoid words that try to compare people. The way people approach healing and the way people approach grief, it's different for different people. The thing is, we have no idea what people have inside of their mind, inside of their soul, beneath the smiles we see. We have no idea what goes in there. You could say that you don't know their history or what they've been through, or maybe some people have even been through wars. Yes, there's this comparison that people do sometimes that don't really sit well with me. There's this story of a father, a man with two sons, a drunkard with two sons, where one son later turned out to be a drunkard like his father, and the other one turned out to be the opposite of that. Now, I understand all of this. It's applicable in some cases, but some cases it's not also applicable because one experience can be interpreted differently to different people in the same room. If two people were chased by a dog at the same time, in the same place, in the same sport, the same age even, the same gender, I'm sorry to let you know that two of them are going to process it differently. For one person, it may be a lifetime traumatic experience. Why for some, or why for the other, it might be something that they will laugh over, or they will not really, give so much meaning into. This is a little bit of, not a little bit, this is more of psychology than it is. People process things differently, and so if we have that understanding, we should be graceful enough to, instead of preaching for people, try to understand them. Well, I don't know, I'm just saying because I'm not a preacher. And I'm also not saying that sometimes, I'm not saying that you can't preach. I'm saying that there's no one size fits all for people when it comes to emotions. Yes. Another place we will give easy answers is in terms of identity. That's just how I am. That's my personality. I'm not a talkative. I don't like to talk too much. It's just how. Okay. I get it. No problem. I was having an interview sometime, and the interviewer asked me, "Are you hardworking?" And I was going to say, I told him, I said, I don't want to go ahead and just tell you yes, because it would look like I'm trying to say it to please you, or maybe because it's what you want to hear. I am going to give you a backstory to how I see myself, and then the summary. At the summary, I will now say if I'm hardworking or not, or we can both together agree or say I'm hardworking or not. And he was like, okay, it's fine, blow your trumpet. And I'm like, oh. So sometimes you gotta give yourself more credit. You gotta blow your trumpet. You gotta, say things like, well, I grew up in being an only child, or I grew up in a family where we don't talk too much. Or for instance, me myself, growing up as an adult now, I began to desire to talk calmly, gently, quietly. I grew up in a family where if you want to correct someone, if you want to express displeasure, you have to shout. Yes, you have to raise your voice. Our voices are high. We have a natural high pitch tone, and sometimes when I'm talking or just to my friends, they're like, "Stop shouting! You are shouting!" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, thank you for telling me." I even have no idea that I'm shouting. So I'm trying to say that sometimes it might look unnecessary to tell people that, oh, especially people that matter to you. I don't think it's unnecessary to explain to people that matter, to people that are close to you, that I'm like this because of this. I'm like this because I see things this way. I'm like this because I fear this, because I've experienced this, and all of that. Right? Let's always choose depth over surface level conversations, guys. Well, I think that's pretty much the areas I want to touch for this episode. I think I should open up means to get feedback from people so that I will at least know what you think, or if any of this resonates with anyone. I would love to get feedbacks, guys. Really, I would love to get feedbacks. So on this note, guys, you have to call it a day here. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you again and again for listening to us, for following us, for sharing this good news with people you know and people you don't know. Thank you for supporting us. I really appreciate it. Till we speak again, have a beautiful day. Bye.